Hello everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. I accidentally already talked to Anshua, so we hop right into it. I hope everyone is doing well, and yes, please enjoy the video. Ah, Laura, ever a welcome sight. Our hearths have been stoked to blazing in preparation for your arrival. It would not do for such a distinguished personage to catch cold whilst enjoying our hospitality. The gesture is much appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold climes. Ah, good Master Atheno, an honor as always. Likewise, Lord Oshaw. Forgive us yet another imposition. I fear we have rallied overmuch on your aid since you so generously assisted us in locating the Enterprise. Nonsense. Any debts incurred have long since been repaid. Besides, who can say what the future may bring? House Rotterdams may even seek the aid of your newly formed Crystal Braves. In any case, I'm simply delighted that the Holy See is at last willing to grant you an audience. No doubt your discoveries at Snowcloak helped to justify the decision. This recent resurgence in heretical activity is of grave concern to us all. But to the matter at hand, Sir Emmerich arrived in Camp Dragonhead earlier, and I'm told he is eager to meet with you at your first convenience. You are doubtless weary of from your journey and desirous to rest a while by the warmth of our heart. Oh, her. Whoops. But if you are willing to forego such comforts, pray inform the knight stationed outside the intercessory. He will grant you entrance and send word to the other attendees. As inviting as your hair sounds, I think it best we proceed to the intercessory forthwith. Yeah, let's get this done. We have been expecting you, madam. Pray take your ease inside, and I shall summon the others. Let's go!
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you. I am Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emmerich. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. Full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate, that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet.
Damn.
Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
I just wanted to see the Warrior of Light.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Fortin has offered to Revenant's Toll. These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
Sir Emmerich, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not, for I require something in exchange. Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard-Sorma.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
What is the meaning of this?
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iceheart, my lord.
The lady?
What? By the Fury! All our precautions were for naught?
Would you use the power? The intercessions of saints. Just when we were starting to make progress. And to make matters worse, the caravan they spoke of was bound for Revenant's Toll of all places. Honestly, were I so inclined, I should think the gods were conspiring against us. Happily, however, I am not. I would know more of this attack. Let us speak with Lord Oshford and find out what he has learned. Go, go, go. Damn, I'm already so hyped because, I mean, this is kind of like leading to Heavensward, right? So I'm like, ooh, dragons. My sincerest apologies for the interruption, my friends, but the situation is such that we must act swiftly. If you would be so kind as to elaborate. Iceheart's heretics fell upon the caravan bound for Revenant's Toll as it was passing through Boulder Downs. It was an ambush, swift and ruthless. In an instant, every knight was slain, every crate seized, and as quickly as they had appeared, they were gone. It would be an impossible feat without knowledge of the route, knowledge to which only a select few are privy, I presume. Quite, we can pursue that avenue of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene of the ambush should be our first concern. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly, as Lord Oshford said. Lest crucial evidence be lost. You have a knack for discerning hidden truths, Laura. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site in person? An excellent idea. Inform my men of your intent upon arrival, and they will gladly share their findings. Alright. I hope everyone is well. Everyone is doing just great. I hope some people like the playlist I made. And I'm looking forward to some song recommendations from everyone that I can add to the playlist. I feel like it would be kind of cool, you know, to have like a community thing, kinda, so we can like share music together and stuff like that. So yeah, in the community tab I made a post, so you guys can just comment. I think you can comment there with some song recommendations, and I would listen to them. And I mean, in the end I will pick stuff that that fits my taste, kinda. Sounds kinda bad, but yeah. But I mean, if people are interested in other songs, like obviously they can read those comments, but I feel like the playlist should be kinda, you know, my thing in the end. So yeah. I'm really looking forward to everything. Move along, adventurer. There's nothing for... Oh, Lord Oshford bid you speak with us. Then you must beg your pardon, Scion. As you can see, they left nary a crate behind, tipped the wagon for good measure even. While things a bit odd, if you ask me, would have been easier to just steal it, though a damn sight harder to conceal it, I'll allow. Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own hidden away off. But pay no heed to my ramblings. Absent of proof is not but speculation. Might be as the squire receiving care at the observatorium could tell you something more factual. That is if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much. Okay. Just so you know, if I don't add the song to my playlist, that doesn't mean I dislike the song. I'm just like... I mean, you know, the playlist is called Earworms of the Day, so I will literally just add songs that are like stuck in my head. Like, I listen to them and they are just bam in there, you know? So, yeah, it really doesn't mean that I dislike the songs or something like that, or that I don't think they're good. It's just that they will be stuck instantly. So, yeah. You've come to ask about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance to the Hall of the Seven Echoes. Pilgrims remarked them as lost and ill-equipped for a journey further north. Our leader called out to them, and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Our leader must have thought the same, else why would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek, and then he sighed and crumpled to the ground. I didn't know what had happened till I saw the snow turn red. Oh. And then there was red everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but took a blow to the head, and by the time I came to, the others were dead, and the heretics were unloading the wagon. I couldn't. I mean, they'd have killed me, so I just lay still and listened. Iceheart's people spoke of deliverance and resurrection, and they spoke of Shiva. Shiva. Well, well. That's the thing, like, I'm really looking forward to the Heavensward story, because everyone says it's so good, and, I mean, dragons, you know. And just, I don't know, like, the story itself sounds really cool to me. Stormblood, I'm not looking forward too much. I think it's not really my cup of tea, but I think for me, it has the coolest trials, in my opinion. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, like what's behind all that stuff. Ah, you've returned. What news have you for us? It seems the Lady Iceheart does not scruple to sully her hands with blood. Who is this Shiva the heretics spoke of? Have you not read a single line of the Enchiridion? I don't know, Master Alphino. Shiva was a traitor to kith and kin, an apostate who lay down with dragons. What? Now, we cannot expect all foreigners to know Ishgardian scripture so well, particularly when it concerns the patron saints of heretics. Wait, lay down with dragons? Does that mean what I think it means? Ouch. Wait, you say she is their patron saint? Oh no, it all makes sense now. Lord Oshwa, what was the caravan's cargo? If I recall correctly, the Diamond Forge had requested a rather large quantity of crystals. Do you not see? Iceheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva as a beast tribe would a primal. Why else would they go to such lengths to secure crystals? I shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Angevin, you would agree that discretion is of paramount concern. Of course. I trust we can count on your continued support, Master Elfino. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat. Our support is a given. I will need to send word to my brethren in Revenant's Toll. Our entire order must turn its efforts to the prevention of the summoning. Naturally, that includes you, though I am sure you would not miss this for the world. Yeah, that's the most fun. Gotta sell some stuff again. That's the thing, I always drag out selling things to the absolute max, so I'm trying to kind of keep up with it. Like, it doesn't... Whoops. It doesn't look too bad right now. Oh no. I don't open stuff when I should. Wait. Yo, that one looks cool. I like it. The persistent attacks on our caravans seemed like little more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem, to be sure, but a relatively minor one. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attacks, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After apprising Minfilia of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, Laura, pray join me in Viper front. Damn, I don't know personal space. Literally breaking our necks so we can speak. Sad. Since the incident at Snowcloak, the Knights of House Durandare have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It is my hope that they have information which may help us to determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Given our mutual enemy, Lord Reborn should be eager to oblige us. I shall see you there then. Let's go. Oh, I'm so glad we can fly. Let's check. Strength in unity. Getting closer, closer to Heaven's Ward. I wonder if it's faster if I go through the top. Probably. Actually, maybe not. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn wish to join in the hunt for Iceheart. Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. We are all ears, Lord Reborn. A band of pilgrims was seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. Their garb appears to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. Alas, our scouts lost track of them at Snowcloak, that selfsame frozen wall, which we speculated might conceal the heretics' hideaway. Suffice it to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions all but confirms our suspicions. I've heard enough. My knights will join the hunt. I took the liberty of summoning a unit of Crystal Braves to Viper in front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. It would be in our best interest to coordinate our efforts. Such was my intent from the start, Sir Aymeric. And so it begins, my friend, though I dare say it will prove an all too brief collaboration. Iceheart will not elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager all upon the success of a single solution. There may yet be subtler ways by which we can locate the heretic's lair. Mayhap Lord Reborn has one in mind. Yes, yes, excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there is aught else you would have us do, pray speak and it shall be done. Okay, so far what we heard from her was, that's it. It seems as though we are always one step behind, our quarry ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, I must confess to having certain doubts. A joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but it could yet yield the same result. Fortunately, we are not without other options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Guillaume. We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as has the question of what steps might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in future. Accordingly, we conducted an exhaustive and covered evaluation of everyone in Wypern Front. Though some were found to have committed certain minor transgressions, we identified only one possible heretic. If this man has pledged himself to Iceheart's cause, he will have taken note of the movements of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report to Sir Jean-Tremont in the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him. If he ventures beyond the walls, follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere, simply watch and listen. I've seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which could endanger our plans. Alright. It's sneaky time. The suspected heretic leaves through the southwest gate. Wait, southwest? That is not so sneaky and pretty obvious. The suspected heretic follows the road east. But he didn't quite follow the road. Suspected heretic heads south. Whoa. That's a big boy. I don't see him. Oh. Where in the seven hells are you? I'm freezing my bollocks off here. I'm here, you blundering oaf. Why are you late? Standing on the wall, why else? I have duties to fulfill, you know. You're so duteous to the... bloody echo. Lower your voice or they'll hear us in Viper in front. Yes, of course, the Temple Knights are... in Snowcloak. This is what you bring to me. We already knew about... Our comrades in Boulder Downs will use the tunnels... That before they know what's happening. Nevertheless... If you waste my time again, is that clear? Fill in the gaps. That's a really big boy. Well, did your investigation bear fruit? I see, I shall have the man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Would that you could have heard their words more clearly, yet the few snatches you were able to make out are nonetheless enlightening. It would seem the heretics are aware of our operation, and confident that they can ward it? Their comrades in Boulder Downs are key to their plans, which means it is key to our plans that they be rooted out and put to the sword. Alright. You have long suspected that the heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse the highlands undetected. Given what you overheard, I fear that Snowcloak may be riddled with such passageways, and that the heretics in Boulder Downs are planning to use them to take our forces unawares. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to happen. A contingent of House Durandare Knights are on patrol in the area, and I shall order them to begin searching for the heretics at once. But knowing nothing of our enemies' numbers or readiness, I cannot say for sure that they will be sufficient. It would put my mind at ease if you would consent to assist my knights with the search. I know they would take courage from the presence of so storied a warrior. Pray, rendezvous with them at Boulder Downs. If Halon is kind, we may catch the heretics before their plans come to fruition. Show them no mercy, Laura. The lives of our allies are at stake. Down once again. Ooh. That looks so cool. Oh. Oh, that could be kind of faster. My knights sent no word of your coming, Laura. What has happened? What is that in your hand? Bad news. By the Fury, those were veterans with years of service. And now they lie dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered and... No, we have not the men to spare, not now, not while Iceheart prepares to summon an abomination. The heretics you dispatched were not of sufficient number to contend with the combined strength of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves. There must be others, and I wager they are on their way to Snowcloak as we speak. To make matters worse, it seems the traitor you followed managed to pass the heretics something of value after all. The parchment you recovered is a timetable of the guardsmen's watches at our outpost in Snowcloak. The traitor was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicions. Would that we had caught him sooner. With this information, the heretics would know when the watch was weakest. They could use their tunnels with impunity and prepare their ambush. The timetable has not changed, you see. Of course, it will be changed now, but the heretics may already be in position. House Durandare must send reinforcements, even if it means withdrawing knights from the Stone Vigil. I can see no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies. You could just send me! Time is of the essence, Laura. While my knights make ready to depart, the heretics may take our allies in Snowcloak unawares. Superior training and equipment will avail them not if they are cut down ere their swords are drawn. But all is not yet lost. If you leave now, there may still be time to warn them. Make haste, I beseech you. Fly to Snowcloak and tell Sir Aymeric everything we have discovered. Yes, sir. Whoa, that glowy white. Laura, this is a welcome surprise, perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we have yet to uncover any hidden... Whoop. Wait, what happened? You have my gratitude. Truth be told, we suspected the heretics might be plotting such an attack. Now that we have a confirmation, I shall place my knights on high alert. Has Commander Leveilleur been informed? The Braves must be made aware. It must be here, I'm certain of it. Why else would they go to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? It's but a pity this discovery comes when our enemy has us at such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we be, the heretics know the terrain far better than we. I dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. Confound it, this is all wrong. Iceheart has us scrambling to save our own skins, when we should rightly be straining every sinew to find her and stop this damnable summoning. There she is! Dun dun dun. Come here, girl. Oh, that looks like Ida. That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? Only my pride, Ida. There will be others nearby. We must see that they are given a similarly warm welcome. Commander Leveilleur. There's been a development, sir. Together with the Temple Knights, we have secured the entrances to some half-dozen tunnels. After spotting the enemy breaking the surface. But that's not all, sir. We think that one of them may be important. Certainly, the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Huh. Just as I suspected, amongst this warren of tunnels lies the entrance to Iceheart's lair. Summon the others, we're going in. A moment, Elfino. The tunnel in question is barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. We cannot say with any certainty where it leads, much less what is waiting for us there. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here on the surface. What if they were to converge on this point after we entered the tunnel? For all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. Let's just send me, probably, right? I take your point. If the tunnel is indeed as narrow as you say, greater numbers would be more hindrance than a help. Should we encounter difficulty, our own allies would become an obstacle to escape. I knew it. A change of plans. While we rendezvous with Sir Aymeric and keep the heretics at bay here, you will go wherever the tunnel leads. If you find the Iceheart at the end of it, do not let her escape. You venture into the unknown, so see that you are prepared for anything. I suggest you call upon your allies. Though not too many, or Papalimo will sulk. Thanks. I love being, like, technically they're always just like, oh yeah, you just go in there, because, you know, you can die, it's fine. But I'm always like, haha, I'm too strong to die. The entrance to the tunnel, madam, is just over here. Had we not seen the heretics breaking the surface, we would never have noticed it. Per Sir Aymeric's orders, we will stand guard outside. Please be aware that even should you encounter significant resistance, we cannot leave our post. Snowcloak! Alright, I'm gonna queue up for Snowcloak and I will see you guys as soon as we enter. Bye-bye. And we're back. Entering Snowcloak. Ah, they say good morning. Damn. Submit. What is that attack? Oh. I don't remember this dungeon at all. Maybe that's not so good. Tundra. Oh. Looks cold. Nice. Nice. Antique helm. I don't know what that is. No, he wants me to pull more. Is that a good idea? Probably not. Oh, maybe not. Oh, cutscene. A wolf. Oh, whoops. That was not smart. Come on, unfreeze, please. Oh no. Da-da.
The tales do not do you justice, warrior of light. Yes, I know who you are, and you know who I am.
Do I?
I was given the name Izel, but I earned the name Iceheart. This endless cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. You would see it continue, O noble warrior of light. I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost. In time, you will come to understand that what we do for the greater good. For Eorzea, for Hydaelyn.
Bye-bye. That took longer than I expected. What news, Laura? So Iceheart is but a pseudonym, not that it matters. That she managed to escape is regrettable, but from your description of that beast, you did well to come as close as you did. In any case, now that you have cleared a path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap they will even find a route past the ice wall. Wouldn't that do wonders for their fight against the heretics? The Crystal Braves would certainly share the credit for it too. 12 be praised, Laura, we may yet turn this situation to our advantage. Assuming we stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow Scions have not been idle. Minfilia and Urianger have been busy pursuing the archives of House Phantoms, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you were intending to trudge back to Camp Dragonhead to report on the day's events, don't. The antecedent should be here any minute. I can only assume some people enjoy subjecting themselves to this cold. Oh, she got an outfit change. Antecedent, you come to us straight from the archives of House Phantoms. I trust your time there proved fruitful. Would that it had, Urianger and I scoured countless texts, but what we found was of questionable veracity. Accounts of Shiva's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing upon one point. She lay down with a dragon, the gravest of all sins, according to the Ishgardian faith. What? Okay. Yet in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man and dragon. Okay. But is she like human, or... I mean, she can't be a dragon, right? If that's a sin to... Okay. How such a thing could even be possible is quite another question. Suffice it to say, I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House Phantoms. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this case one wonders if it is by circumstance or design. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to escaping, did you not? Viewed without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to an endless war serves the greater good. I think Sir Aymeric might take issue with her methods. I do not care if a few stragglers manage to escape until the sappers confirm that a tunnel is safe. The men are not to search it. Yes, Lord Commander. You pursue your foes with less zeal than I had expected, Sir Aymeric. Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us good reason to be prudent. I merely meant you being a man of faith. That I had expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, was it not by the will of alone that your ancestors came to this land? Why they took up arms against the Dravanians? What would they have done in your position, I wonder? There are those who believe that faith is a renunciation of free will, that unquestioning devotion is required of all who would live a life in service to the Fury. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. We are all at liberty to interpret the scriptures as we will. I choose to believe that the Fury would value the lives of her followers over the deaths of her enemies. But I would not presume to speak for the Knights of Eld. It was a different time, nay a different era, and scripture tells us only so much. Would that it told us more. The man is awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See. A welcome trait at the negotiating table, to be sure, less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe that Iceheart's plan can succeed. Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. Shiva was real, a living, breathing woman. Of that there can be no doubt. In this respect she differs from every other figure to have been summoned, each of whom was worshipped as a god. The sole exception being good King Mughal, the myth made manifest in response to the fervent supplications of the Mughal guard. Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They are the tribe of outcasts at war with a mighty nation, who yearn for the resurrection of the one who embodies their beliefs. If that is not placing one's faith in a higher power, then what is? Crystals and conviction, Menfilia, they have them both in abundance. Can that truly be all that is required? My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the Aetheryte Iceheart used to escape. They believe that she teleported to another Aetheryte somewhere not far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of the second Aetheryte, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly. Unless Iceheart has some means to mask its signal, I can only presume she had it destroyed to prevent us from following her. Without the means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search for an alternate route. Most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let us not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in Garlean may be able to assist us. To go to a destroyed Aetheryte? I pray that you are right. I dare not think how long it would take us to survey the entire tunnel system. When Nymphidia looks into our Epherai problem, I would like to request your assistance with another matter. Okay. The 3rd unit is currently taking the remnants of the heretic force while which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly despite our numbers. Griffiths is vast, and Iceheart's followers know the terrain far better than we. Your knowledge of this region may serve to hasten the process. The sooner we capture Iceheart's followers, the sooner we can press them for their leader's whereabouts. Also, though it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel that my braves would benefit immensely from working alongside you. While we have our share of veterans, we also have more than a few less experienced recruits, many of whom look up to you, in case you were not aware. Good, I knew you would understand. You, Hayes, can apprise you of the details. When the task is complete, come and find me at the observatorium. Captain Ilbert and I are meeting here to discuss the latest development in his investigation. The Temple Knights shall hold Snowcloak in our absence. Let us leave them to their work. Ours is more pressing. Would be kind of funny if we would slip around here. But I guess at some point it would be annoying. There you are, Laura. Commander Levier instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome, believe me. Most of the Third hail from Ulda, and for a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. But to the matter at hand, nary a moment ago, I received word that the heretics we seek have been spotted making for Denifin Pass. My braves are already in pursuit, and I should be grateful if you would join them. I myself shall be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said that I do not earn my coin. Alright. Balls, my ankle is on fire. I caught my boot on a rock or something and twisted it as I fell. The others went on ahead through Denifin Pass. Hurry and you might catch up. If you're unsure where to go, look for tracks. The snow is fresh, so they shouldn't be hard to find. Oh, I actually leave footprints too. That's cool. Sorry, I might have been a bit too fascinated by that. This has some really small feet. But then you see mine compared to that. The tracks lead southeast. And southeast we go. Wait, is that dude? Is it actually that dude that had this tiny feet? Scion, what are you doing here? The heretics, I'm not sure. There was a great scalded beast and... Oh, you, Hayes, I think he went east on his own. The heretics split up, so we did it. Oh yeah, that makes more sense that it was the Lalafell. How embarrassing. I was so intent on following the heretics' tracks that I almost failed to notice they had doubled back. Almost, mind you. One tried to sneak up behind me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. I fought myself alone, so I started searching for the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest. And lo and behold, before his friends found me, I came upon this. Withdraw in groups of 3 or less to the observatorium, give the signal and wait. The merchant will be watching. Be late and be left for dead. Speaks for itself, does it not? They can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the palace, so we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search to the wilderness around the observatorium. I will need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. Ah, that was so cute how he sat down. I'm through with listening to your excuses. We leave now. How? The woods are crawling with those blue coats and the knights are searching every wagon that passes through the gates. Am I not literally next to them? Oh, right. Well, stay with her then if you think you'll fare any better. No, there's no need for that. There are places like this in my homeland. Sacred snow-capped peaks where blood must not be shed. Oh snap, Yukiri. Yet your lands ever thirst for the blood of the fallen, and by your deeds it has drunk deep. No, I have done no wrong. None but meat and secretive heretics. Deny it all you will. We shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation. Damn it all. Oh, he died. Fancy meeting you here, Laura. I presume your work with the Third brought you hither. What a tangled web. Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretics, but for the merchant who has been conspiring with them. He came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the Ivy. It beggars belief, I know, but it seems our favorite Guardian spy may have been providing assistance to Iceheart. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Yugiri and her shinobi, we might never have discovered this connection. Master Elfino is too kind. I fear my people and I have done little to aid your search for the spy. We long to strike back against the Empire and weaken their influence in this land to prevent the tragedy which befell Doma from reoccurring. The days ahead and the work they promise will require a very particular set of skills which I am fortunate enough to possess. If you will allow it, I would accompany you until the investigation is complete. That is a most generous offer, Lady Yugiri, and one which I gladly accept. Thank you, though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall never be far and shall always be watching. A comforting thought. Come, Laura, let us wait inside for Captain Ilbert to return and deliver his report. Where's inside? Oh, I'm dumb. Captain Ilbert seemed confident that the merchant's resolve would swiftly crumble when pressed. If so, we should have new information ere long. As to whether it will bring us any closer to learning the Ivy's identity, I would rather not say. Given our adversary's cunning, I shall consider us fortunate if we are spared another wild dodo chase. the gods know we have more than enough to occupy our time as it is. Alright, I will make a quick cut here because I need a quick break, so be right back. And we're back. Fino, what do you have for us? Captain Nilbert, your report, if you will. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say that the man could tell us naught that we did not already know of Shiva. We have since handed him over to the Asgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquired their information on the shipment routes. Go on. You will recall the flame we first identified as being in the Ivy's employ. From him, we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trail came to an abrupt end. Fearing that the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step of detaining all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including a flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. The man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad, the particulars of which he would share with benefactors, thereby ensuring that needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all shipments bound for the settlement. Needless to say, that included those originating from House Hortons. He knew the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold that information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With a little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. Well, that is one mystery solved, at least. But what of the Ivy? Are we any closer to prizing off his mask? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative powers, available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider, then, that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspects is greatly narrowed. You mean to say that the agent is among Ravan's innermost circle, someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flames establishment? This is the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. To slip into a position of authority unremarked and remain above suspicion all these years. I too was surprised, though. I really should not have been. Of the 3 grand companies, Ulda was ever the more vulnerable to infiltration. Both Limsa, Lominsa and Gridania had long-standing armed forces that lent themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal ones, mined under the same leadership, only the banner was different. Not so the Flames. Ulda's military was made up of disparate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment in which to establish something as high-minded as a grand company. The difficulties Raban faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known. Even after he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost, there remained the small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed, and given the pressing nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier than now, easier than now. Whoops. The Immortal Flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, the public and the private. Though the monetarists ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, it was not out of charity that they did so, but simple self-preservation. Had Niall van Darnas's ambitions been any less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they would never have risked supplying Raban with an army. It is but a wonder they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger had passed. Returning to the present. Even as we speak, our Doman allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames, any one of whom could be the Ivy. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, have the second attend to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in inspecting crystal shipments. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned in like manner to other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Sir Emmerich, informing him of our success in identifying the heretics' abettors. Hopefully, the information will be of some use to the Ishgardians. It is time, Commander. Yes, I am aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemald, it would seem. As commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me, Laura, as the realm's stoutest champion. This only means that you be present for the discussion. Our antecedent has already given her consent, lest you worry. Alright. Like me, you're doubtless eager to conclude our business with Iceheart, but until another part of her sanctum is found, she will remain beyond our reach. Nymphidia and the Archons are sparing no effort to secure an alternate route. Until such time as they succeed, I suggest we give some thought to the realm's other problems. I shall go on ahead to Gridania in readiness for the coming council. Meet me at Nufika's altar and we shall make our way to the Lotus stand together. Let's go, shall we? I love those people who just play music somewhere. Like, they were even full-on concerts sometimes. I don't know, I have to check it out again if there are some concerts again. Those are so cool. My thanks for coming, Laura. When you are ready, speak with the conjurer yonder. She will show us to the Lotus stand. Like, there is a whole band that always travels around and, like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna be there, and we're gonna play songs, and you can even send them suggestions and stuff like that. It's really cool. The Alliance leaders await you at the Lotus stand. Will you be joining them now? And just, I mean, if you're interested in it, like, I could also make a video when we attend concerts or something like this. I mean, I could check it out if there is maybe something going on. So
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications. The rumors are true, then? The War of Succession is ended?
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
Who?
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvis, yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
Whoa!
Would that the Garlean Empire had died with him.
The disrespect, though. Whoa. I don't wanna fuck with him, man.
'Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
Indeed, yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader. Not so his uncle.
So young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the Empire.
Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their Emperor gives the word.
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Plainly, the new emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cartno dispute for the present, and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it. If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates. praying for the coming storm to pass them by. But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming. So long as the ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
It will not have escaped your notice that the nations of Eorzea are no nearer to being of one purpose, despite their protestations to the contrary. Plainly, the threat of a resurgent Garlemald is not enough to stir them. The reason for this? Deep-rooted mistrust amongst the citizenry. The nation's leaders can come to all the understandings they like, but their unity means little unless to the common folk. Take the Luminsons, for instance. Though Admiral Morwhip outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as a haven for grog-swilling, wooden-legged cutthroats. And likewise, the Gridanians are mocked as hermits who talk to trees, and the Uldens scorn the swindlers who worship coin. Not that such sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. Take that pillar of Ulden society, Telechi Adelechi, for example. But that is beside the point. The fact is that people are wary of outsiders whether they have cause to be or not. On that basis, one could argue that the conflict at Cartano is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates the acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, we present them something resembling warfare and thereby curb their appetite for full-scale conflict. But enough idle musing, let us speak of a more pressing matter, the Ivy. Since he spoke at the observatorium, Captain Ilbert has further shortened his list of suspects. And by happy coincidence, the one he deems the most likely candidate has lately come to Gridania. The hunt nears its end, Laura. All that remains is to corner our quarry. Seek out Ilbert near the Adder's Nest, he will give you the particulars. Should there be any developments in Curfus, you may be sure that I will send word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the Ivy. Oh, I'm a little tired. My thanks for coming, Scion. Doubtless the commander has informed you, but we have unmasked the Ivy. From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. Ooh. Whoa. I'm buff. I'm really buff. Woo. What a beast. I'm a bad bitch, Listen well, the spy we have been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Elin Royal, Rauban's second in command. Prior to joining the Immortal Flames, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with a pole arm had to be seen to be believed. Of Ishgardian birth, she is the highest ranked foreigner in the Immortal Flames, bearing the Flame General himself, of course. When he formed the Grand Company, Rauban chose people based on their worth, whence they hailed was of no interest. The monetarists saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. And it was no secret that they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially, after the way the Holy See forsook the Alliance. Yet the monetarists did not raise so much as a murmur of protests when Royale was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be that the Ivy has some hold over the monetarists? Ooh. We're ducking prose. But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us is Royale's presence here now. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Raban attended the Council of Alliance Leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. The woman has no business being in Gridania, yet here she is nonetheless. On some pretense, she is up to something, mark my words. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trawling in the Flames records for evidence of Royale's guilt, but if we can catch her red-handed, we shall have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, the airship landing and the docks. Every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely upon your eyes, Scion? Sure thing. You have my thanks. Let us go then and take care not to alert our quarry. Can even play the trumpet. Royals is headed in the direction of the Blue Badger Gate. With me, Scion. Oh. So Royale has entered the Garlean canopy, meeting someone perchance, or could it be she means to board an airship? Pray look for her within. If she is not on the upper floor, try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed here, and she may have seen something. ffxiv is her name. I shall remain here in case Royale reappears. Dora Ardar, such an unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? A social visit, you say? How pleasant. No, she didn't come this way. I've noticed every passenger. None bore any resemblance. Now don't let me keep you. Elbert! She's not here. I'm sorry. Nowhere to be seen, you say, and you are sure she did not board an airship. She did not come back out either. Where in the seven hells could she have gone? I say she took a room in the inn. The Roost, how could I forget? Is that the inn? Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some Montoy tonic? A cup a day imbues a man with great vigor, if you take my meaning. Oh, okay, I see. Perhaps another time for... Means he would be down, but it's the wrong time. Wait, the necklace. You're a shinobi of of Doma. The woman you seek has left Gridania by way of West Shore Pier. Whoa! She was attired as a merchant, but these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. Ninjas! Thank the 12 for the Domans. Were it not for their unique talents, Royal would have disappeared without a trace. In flagrante. Ah! Our hunt leads us to the East Shroud, Scion. I suggest we follow Royal's example and take the ferry from West Shore Pier. I guess. You'll doubtless wish to make certain preparations. See to them while I go on ahead. I shall wait for you at Sweet Bloom Pier. That's the Lancer Guild, I think. Can listen to some music again. Oh, gonna fall asleep. I love the music here. No, Gridania. This way, my friends. Our quarry makes for the Hawthorne hut. If Raela is truly the one we seek, we can expect that she means to make contact with our Garlean masters there. An explanation is in order. You are no doubt aware that the Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. Well, our ingenious friends at Garland Ironworks have provided us with devices which disrupt these communications, and we have installed them around the city-states. In so doing, we have made it difficult for Imperial agents to correspond with their masters. Whalewood does have no choice but to rendezvous with her Imperial contact directly. Yet, as a well-known face in the Immortal Flames, she cannot move about Fenelon without being recognized. It would only be a matter of time before someone saw through her disguise. It's for this reason I believe that she has chosen the Black Shroud for her clandestine meeting. The liaison are a common sight here, and her comings and goings are not like to turn any heads. As my scouts tell it, the Garleans have sent agents with a mind to destroy the devices and render such direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi have thus far been successful in rebuffing their efforts. This is it, we need only make for Hawthorne's hut and catch Royal in the act. Let's go! My people report that our quarry has departed for the Bramble Patch. The Ivy returns to the gnarls whence she came, but perhaps it is all for the better. To convict someone of her standing, we will require damning evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her in the act when she meets with her Guardian masters? My countrymen and I shall lie in wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. Just beyond Royal is in conversation with an individual clad in the manner of an adventurer, an Imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it with me. Flame Marshal Eileen Royale. You are under arrest for treason and espionage. You were followed, you bloody fool. Damnation. Ooh, ninjas! Nymph. You are unarmed, my lady, and scarcely garbed for battle, but if you wish to fight, you are welcome to try. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the 12th wood? When last I looked, that was no crime, and neither was conversing with passing strangers. You feign ignorance, then. Very well. If you do think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now come quietly, or I shall make you wish you had. I will offer you no struggle after all. I have naught to hide. Even a warrior of Royal's renown could not have hoped to escape by force. Despite her claims, her surrender does not bespeak innocence, but an awareness that her position is untenable. With the ivy thus uprooted, it is to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal flames will gradually wither and die. Mayhap then the people of Ul'dah will have the grand company they deserve. But let us speak of the present. If I may ask, what will you do now, Laura? So the Scions seek a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Then I dare say you are eager to return to the Rising Stones. Pray do not let me keep you. Fear not, my countrymen, and I shall tend to the aftermath. You need not waste your talents here. And speaking of talents, have you considered training in the art of the shinobi? You have the aptitude for it. I believe, so please give it some thought. Till next time, my friend. Alright. That did seem a little off. Like, I mean, we didn't really catch them doing anything. We just saw her talking to someone else. Whoa! That's cool, Tataru. Nice. Guess she's not useless. She already has more skill than him, Philia. Oh, man. Welcome back, Laura. I understand that Aphno had a task for you. May I ask what it was? No, you may not. Charges of treason and espionage against Eileen Royale. I can scarce believe it. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? So the veils us not to dwell on it. Whether the truth may be, we must trust to the authorities to uncover it. Let us speak of another matter. I am pleased to report that we have made progress in our efforts to find a way into Iceheart's sanctum. As you may recall, Iceheart used Ephrite in the depths of Snowcloak to teleport a short distance to the west, most likely to a sanctuary of some description. It is there that we suspect she means to summon Shiva using the crystals she stole from the House Rotham's caravan. The heretics believe that they are bringing about the second coming of their patron saint. But if, as we suspect, they mean to hold a summoning ritual of the kind employed by the beast tribes, it seems likely that the result will be something more akin to a primal. Suffice it to say, they must be stopped, and stop them we shall. But first, we must surmount the obstacle that Iceheart has placed in our path. Ordinarily, it would be a simple matter to tap into the established Ethernet and thereby follow our quarry. However, despite our best efforts, we have been unable to ascertain the position of the Ephrite to which she teleported. Our prevailing theory is that she destroyed the second Ephrite upon arrival, a reckless, desperate measure, but also an effective one. After discussing the matter at length with Oriange, we have concluded that we lack the expertise to develop a solution. Which is why we have called upon the aid of one who does possess such expertise. A colleague of ours who is currently en route to Revenant's Toll from Garlean. She should be arriving within the hour, in fact. Since you are here, mayhap we could welcome her together. I'm certain she would appreciate the gesture. Let us make our way to the northern gates and await her coming. Oh, my contacts are so annoying today. It's really bad. Ugh. Person from Garlean. Oh, I have that one as a mount. Nice mustache.
Minfilia, am I right?
None other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
As if I could ever say no to Urianger.
Moonbreeder is an accomplished Garlean scholar and an authority on aetherite technologies. She has played an invaluable role in our search for a means to capture Ascian souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Well, hello, Moonbreeder. Let us return to the Rising Stones at once, then. We have much to discuss. Hey, Tataru's still going strong.
Moon! Gods, it's been
messages. Moon.
Oh, longer, sister.
Sister?
A joyous reunion indeed.
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
Save in appearance and aptitude.
Everyone, if I could have your attention. We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Garlean to assist us. I bid Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of Aetherites. Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
Well, I had to come, didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits, and nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Unhand me.
Yeah, I was about to say, he doesn't seem like the hugging type.
I come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me. I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Go on. Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit. Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
You still haven't found it then, your missing Aetherite?
We have not, no. We know that Iceheart teleported to an Aetherite not far from the first, yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate the second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second Aetherite to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
I'm sorry, but if the Aetherite's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first Aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the Aetherite.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Truly? How?
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, Aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate. However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an Aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern. To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon. That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult.
And dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process. They, however, did not have white aura sight at their disposal. I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the aetherite. However, white aura sight cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand. Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
Though it risked the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options. If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
I'm probably the one that is gonna be the test subject.
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
If I'm actually the test subject, I'm convinced the Scions are out to kill me. Because they're always like, oh, the most dangerous task and you might die doing it? Let's send Laura. Like, they're just trying to kill me. But I'm just too strong, I just won't die. I've already informed Alphino of our plan to recreate the beacon in the manor. Moonbreeder described, he agreed that despite the inherent danger, it represents our only hope of success. He also said that he wished to meet with you at Snowcloak before proceeding. I expect you will find him waiting for you there when you arrive. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you have done on our behalf, Laura, and that I have faith you will return to us as you always have. Thank you. Alright, but I will stop the episode here. Thank you so much for watching. Obviously, leave a like if you like what you see. Subscribe if you want to see more. I try to upload every single day. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching and bye-bye.